Good morning. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today I'm going to be doing the second half of my What Solds, which was for October 29th through the 31st, last weekend. It was a very good weekend. Got an unexpected bolo to share with you too. But before we get into that, I don't know if the video's been released yet, but we were notified at the beginning of this month that our booth was closing. The person who owned the building is selling it out, and we all had to be out. And then yesterday morning I noticed she had posted a thing about another thrift store that had opened up recently that was also accepting consigners. So we went over there. I called her. We met up yesterday and we got another booth. This one isn't specifically for vintage antique type stuff. It's a whatever I want to put over there. So I'm thrilled. We're going to go ahead and let our stuff sell through this month at the booth. And then at the end of the month, we're just going to pick everything up and transport it. The other good thing about it is it's 5 minutes from my house. It's actually on my way to the post office. So, you know, I can take my packages and then run over to the booth, you know, check things out. The bad part, I guess, about it is it's not automated like this one was. She gave us little barcode stickers to put on our stuff, and I could go in every day and see my solds. Well, this one I'm going to have to tag everything, and then, you know, I don't have to be there, though. Somebody will be there always, and it's open 7 days a week. So positive, a lot of positives. So I'm thrilled. Then the second thing I wanted to share. This morning I got a message from a viewer named Mark, and he sent me a picture of a plush that he had picked up in a very unlikely place, and Google Lens wasn't helping him. There was no tag. He couldn't figure it out. As soon as I opened the pictures, I saw dollar signs. I knew what it was. So I sent him the message back, and of course he's thrilled. High dollar. Let me show you a picture. Some of you, if you've watched my favorite brands video earlier, a couple weeks ago, right, that I released, this was one of the items in there. I'm going to just show you guys a picture. This is a Gund Zwibble Dibble. And just on my quick research on Terapeak and on eBay, that's a very odd color. There weren't any that color. So I told him, whatever you do, price it high and, you know, let the market tell him what it's worth. But most of these sell for $120, $140, $160. So he sent me a message back saying that he's going to list it for $199, and he'd let me know how it goes. So that was thrilling to be able to instantly be able to tell somebody what their item was. So it was fun this morning. First item I want to share. I picked this up from my online estate sale. I say that a lot. For those of you who don't remember this, earlier this year, I want to say May, maybe. I don't remember exactly. I found an online estate sale that was probably several hours drive from me. But my husband and I, on the last night, it was almost all toys. And on the last night, we just started putting in our bids. And when I tell you we were putting in bids, a lot of these we were putting in the first bid, $1, $2, $3. I ended up buying tons. I think it was like 130 some lots, and I paid $591 for thousands. Probably 1,500, if not more items, because I still have boxes out there that's just a lot of little stuff. So probably even more than that. But this came from that. If you want to see old vintage plush, a lot of it is advertising or pharmaceutical type promotional stuff. Go look for them, those videos. It's been an amazing, I'm not even through everything. I still probably have at least 2 or 3 more videos to make on this stuff. But this came from that. I'm guessing 50 cents or less, way less, probably pennies for the stuff that I bought there. This is Disney Store Mary Poppins and Bert plush. I thought they were going to be worth a whole lot more, but they weren't. So I did end up getting a best offer of $8.75 on it. Based on that price, I think it was more likely I sent an offer out for $8.75 and they took it. All right, this is a Harrods tan cohair bear. I think cohair is kind of like some kind of wool. I'm not quite sure, like mohair. I only know all this stuff because I wrote it from the tag. But I did sell this bear for $12.30. This is Kennel Cuddly's plush. It's only 5 inches. It's by Terra Toys. I find these quite often. They're very cute, very small. This one was unique because it still had its leather-like collar. And I did sell him for $9.45. When I find these, sometimes I find multiples of them and I'll put them in lots, but I only had this one. These are Pier 1 import mugs. I bought, I think, 5 of these at a yard sale for $10. I've already sold, I think, one of the koala bears, and then I've sold these 2 elephant mugs. And these sold to the same buyer, so it was $18.90. Very unique. My husband wrapped these seriously to make sure, because look at these handles. It's, but they've made it there safe and sound. This is also from my online estate sale, I believe. This is a Rus Snuggle Bear. I've got quite a few of these listed right now. There were a lot in there, but I always pick them up. I find them quite often at yard sales. That's why I'm a little, was this one from another yard sale or not? But I did sell this Snuggle. It's the 10-inch bear for $18.95. There's larger ones that sell for a little bit more, and then there's these smaller ones in various. Some are beans, some are plush. There's just a whole lot of these that were released. I actually found 2 that I had never seen before. They were released by Renews It, and I have them listed also now. So there's a lot of Snuggle Bears out there. This is a Fisher-Price Soothe Glow Seahorse. These came in, I think, this blue, and then there's a pink one. They have a little light stick that is removable, which is really nice because if they're dirty, you can just remove the glow stick and stick them in the washing machine and all is well. But I've had this listed a little while. I don't find these as often as I used to, but I did sell this for $9.45. I also, when I have stuff like this, I always take a picture with the light stick showing that it works, and also just for informational purposes. I always take a picture of the inside of the battery container to show that there's no damage, there's no corroded batteries, there's no batteries, because these type of things I do not include batteries with them, because I just don't want somebody trying to do the switcheroo and send me back something that has corroded batteries. So this way I can show that the batteries were not corroded. Just an FYI. I do this on anything, everything with the battery. These, I bought a whole bunch of tracks. Now they're the tracks that go with like the Thomas Trackmasters, the motorized trains. These were just, they didn't go with anything there, but they were marked Tommy, which a lot of the older tracks are Tommy. So I just went ahead, I thought they were bridge trestles or sides or whatever they are. They've been listed a little while, but they did end up selling for $8.40. I don't ever let anything that I think I can make a little bit of money go. It's going to get listed. This I showed, I don't even think this is released yet. I went to an estate sale because I saw a picture that they had a whole bunch of the Little Tykes Dollhouse stuff there. It was a little bit pricey. I think I paid probably $4 for this. But they had like the horses from the stables and everything for $1 each. So it was kind of odd that, you know, things that I thought would probably be worth more, they had priced less. But this is the Cozy Coupe. It's just the 6-inch version. I always put in my description, this is not child size. Do you know how many of these I've had returns on before I started doing that? And before I started doing the tape measure that you see on there. because somebody actually thought they were buying a child-size thing for $6.75 shipping. So I always put this is not child size, and I always put a picture with the tape measure, even in the first picture, because, you know, I don't, you know, it just gets monotonous if you get returns because somebody didn't read the description properly. But I did end up selling this cozy coop for the $19.95. These are surprising finds, and I have found several of these. This is Richard Simmons food mover kits. It must be part of his diet exercise regimen, but it's just a little thing that shows you the food exchange. And they were released, I guess, almost every year, and some of them are worth a whole lot more than others. We did find this one, but the packaging had a hole in it, and so I just removed it from the bag, and it sold relatively quickly. I did take a best offer for it of $19.99. I see these quite often, so make sure if you see these little cases, and then when you open it up, it has just the food groups or whatever. I guess it helps keep track of all the things that you should be eating and drinking during the day. So just another one of those odd things to look for. All right, this is a gooned duck, 7 inches tall, looks vintage, pretty sure it is, and I did sell him for $18.95. This is an Ikea teddy bear. I find these, probably of all the plush that I find that are Ikea, I find these the most often. They're just 9 inches tall, have that cute little heart on the chest, and I did sell this one for $9.45. These, I've talked about these before. I went to an estate sale and bought 2 totes, probably like this big, full of Party Express stuff. A lot of it was Star Wars. I paid $2 for each tote. They were packed. I'm down to 1 tote of them left. I've just been selling them. Definitely, if you see party supplies stuff at yard sales that haven't been opened, I would go ahead and pick them up, especially if you can make lots like this. I had the blowers and hats and streamers and invitations and thank you cards, and I just kind of split it all out into decent sized lots. But I did sell this party pack for $12.30. Sloths. I love sloths. They sell for me quite often. The tag said that Yangzhou. I'm not sure if that's something else, but I could never find another name, you know, if it was MTY or Walgreens or whatever. So I just put that in the description. I did see others who had used that as the manufacturer, but I did sell the sloth for $9.45. This is a wildlife artist's leopard shark. I always pick up sea life stuff. You know, there's parents who are homeschooling might want it for just a unit study, or teachers want it for their classrooms, or your child's all into sea creatures and, you know, it's available. We live near Ripley's Aquarium, so I find a lot of sea creatures around here. But I did sell this for best offer of $11.25. This is Rus. His name was Biscuit. It was on his tag. Very cute, 7-inch from 1977. I got a very sweet message when she sent me the offer saying that she had been looking for this for a while. She remembered having one as a child and was just thrilled. But she did send me a $24 best offer, which I did accept. These I picked up at an estate sale. They are from the Vermont Country Store. I paid $5 at that estate sale. They are those bubble lights. I don't think they're the vintage type, but it ended up making a centerpiece for like the center of a table, and then the bubble lights with the fake holly and everything around it. And I did sell it for $47.45. These I picked up at an estate sale. I want to say I paid maybe $1 each, but they were these kits, and it had everything to make these cloth rag dolls. Got a lot of lowball offers on it, and then I did end up getting an offer for $20, and I thought I'm just going to go ahead and let it go. so I did sell them. These, I've sold a lot of clothes this past week. It's starting to really pick up for us. This is just an example of one of the things we sold. My husband found these at a yard sale. We did pay $5 because they said Ariat. And I did sell them probably within the week that I listed them for best offer of $25. I found a pair of Ariat sandals yesterday. So I'm going to see how much those are worth. I'm hoping, again, like $20, $25. This is from Gons. It's not part of the Webkins type stuff. Gons has a whole lot. These were from 1995. His name was Herbie Hippo, and I did take a best offer of $10 for him. This is a Christmas ornament. I think I bought a bag of character types and I split them all out. This is Barney, 4 inches. He was plastic, not really that breakable type plastic either. And I sold him for $9.45. This was from my online estate sale also. This was Mr. Snuffleupagus from Muppet Sesame Street. He was a hand puppet, and when I did my comps, it showed that he sold pretty regularly at a decent profit. He did have some paint wear on his eyes, which I did show pictures of, and I did sell him for $47.45. This was a Denim & Company, which I believe all of this was bought from QVC. I went to an estate sale, and there were tons and tons and tons of clothes, and they said that she had been an avid QVC shopper. I bought a lot of these vests and a lot of clothes that day. I want to say I paid like $60 for a lot of stuff. And we're finally getting some of the wintery type stuff listed. And I sold the vest for $18.70. These I've had listed a while. Maybe last year, I went to a yard sale and she had a tote of Thomas trains, the wooden ones, and she wanted $100 for them, and I balked. I was like, oh, I'm not paying $100, and I left, and the whole morning it nagged at me and nagged at me and nagged at me, and I sent Robert to go get them. Luckily, they were all still there. So he picked up the trains for me, and then he picked up a few other things. This was part of it. Those Read With Me books and the little machine that goes with them, they aren't that great. It's taken me forever to sell this, but Robert did get my trains for me. And let me tell you, I probably made at least $2 grand, if not more. There was one train set in there, 3-piece, that I think I ended up selling for about $145 for one train set. And they were, all of them were in excellent condition, and it was just an amazing find. I wish I could find another tote full of wooden Thomas. So if you're ever out and about, you can see the dates on the wheels. So if you're ever out and about, I think most of the ones I found were like from the early 2000s, and it was just amazing. I wish I could remember the name of the train, but I cannot remember it for right now. But I think I have a picture, so I will try to remember to put a picture right here of the train set. But those Read With Me's, it was okay. But, I mean, I didn't lose any money on this, obviously. I think he picked all of it up for $3 or whatever. And I did take a best offer of $11. But it was one of those things, I'm just glad they were finally gone. These are from a set that I bought. I think this was the one that was like 12-piece place setting, and it was all kinds of them, and I divided them up, and I think I ended up not having a complete set of the salad forks, so I ended up just putting the last 5 together, and I did sell this for the $18.95, but I've done really well with just making small lots of Oneida silverware when I find them. This is an Applause Bravo Trixie horse plush. Just cute. I've had it listed a little while. And, I always say it takes finding that person that once, and I've already received really great feedback on this. They were thrilled. And I sold this for the $28.45. This is a Lego set. For the life of me, I was thinking when I was making this, how much did I pay for this? I don't remember. I want to say about $8 at it, maybe a consignment sale, but I don't remember. I got a lot of lowball offers on it. It did appear that it was sealed, and there was some like damage to the box where it looked like it had been wrapped, and then when they pulled the tape off from the packaging, it ripped some of the pictures on the box. So I didn't list it as new. I just don't want that issue. I said that it appeared sealed, which it did. It looked like the Lego emblem stuff was still sealed, and that there was damage to the box. And I did sell it for $47.45. This is a Walmart yellow duck. Love Walmart, especially the older stuff. I did sell this for $12.30. This is Hug Fun. It's just one of those brands. I like to pick it up. The quality is okay. This didn't even look that great. But when I was doing comps, I couldn't find anything like it. So I went ahead and went bigger because it was from early 2000s. And I took a best offer of $15 for it. But there's some Hug Fun large plush that sell for quite a bit. Always check the comps. This is just more of the Abeka stuff I've been selling. This is homeschool curriculum. So if you ever find at yard sales homeschool curriculum, definitely check the comps on them, because even if they're older, I'm telling you, a lot of these were from the 1990s, early 2000, and there's been newer editions since, but a lot of parents don't mind if it's older. So I always pick it up, and I did end up selling this reader with the teacher's edition for $14.20. This one had me stumped for a little while because it was marked Disney and it was those retriever type dogs, but there wasn't anything like it listed. I ended up choosing Air Bud because that's one of the only movies that I could come up with that had these types of dogs, but there wasn't any like her listed on there. I'm assuming it's a her because she had a pink bow in her hair. So I went ahead and listed it relatively high compared to some of the other plush that was listed, and she sold for $23.70. This is Kohl's Cares. I always pick them up, and most of them are in my $8 to $12 range, but you can usually do Google Lens and it'll tell you what book series, if it's from that. And I found out that this was called Sleep Tight, Sleepy Bear. It's a book by Margaret Wise. And I listed it and sold it for $9.45. Here's another Snuggle Bear. Like I was telling you, these are one of the smaller bean ones. Pretty much the whole body is like beans. And I sold it for $12.30. This is the one I find the most of. These I picked up at a yard sale along the way. Probably paid $1 for it. These were glass rooster salt and pepper shakers. The only thing I didn't like about them, I didn't realize it until I got them home, that the chrome lids were actually plastic. I think it would have been amazing if they had been some type of metal, but they weren't. It took me a little while, but I did take a best offer of $13 on it. Now here's my bolo for the week. And let me tell you, I'm not going to live this one down for a while, because Robert and I went to a yard sale just a couple weeks ago, and there were 2 huge boxes of these books, Harlequin romances, more current. Most of them were from 2020, 2019, 2021, and they were several different series of them, and the boxes were marked free. So I picked up one of the books, scanned it, and it was one of those sell for $3.85, free shipping, $4. I picked up several of them. None of them were showing that it was going to be worth my time. So I walked away, and then Robert said, We should get them. You should check what lots are. And when I checked the comps for lots, I was like, oh yeah, we'll go ahead and take them. And I told the lady I wanted them all, and I offered to give her some money for them. And she was like, no, 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 please take them. In fact, I have another box of them in the basement. Do you want them also? So she brings out even a larger box with more books in it. So I ended up with tons. So it probably took me most of a day. I separated them all out, and then I put them by numbers, because I at first I thought, well, I'll see how many's missing in the series, but I ended up just putting them in numerical order to make sure I didn't have any duplicates, and putting complete series together. So these were called the Harlequin Presents, and so they're in order. And I tried to get close enough pictures. I was not typing all of these titles. I'm not a very good typist anyway. And I just did close-ups so that if somebody's wanting to see what variety there is, they would know. I put what the range was as far as the first book to the last book in the series. And I took a best offer of $100 on these first 109 books. So, and I still have quite a few. This was the largest lot. I think I had another lot that was like 80 some books and another lot that was 50 some. So there were quite a few books. I'm estimating probably 300 or so books. So Robert definitely did the win for this one. So I'm sure he'll have something written right here, because he's upstairs not listening right now. All right, these last several are Facebook orders. These sales was when the free shipping campaign was still going on, and then they abruptly ended it like the 30th. So my sales have gone since then, but quite a few sold last weekend. This was a petting zoo brown seal. It's saying it's on sale. I put my store on sale, I think, the beginning of the month. And so even my solds show the sale price. I'm not understanding that, but it did sell for $8. This I picked up at Finders Keepers the first time we went. I paid $1 for this, sold it for $7. Just a little Lego set. These are Manhattan Toy wooden beads. I've had them listed for a while. Finally got them to Facebook, and they sold for $8. Very cute. They're all stuck together but stretchy. This is Boyd's Bears. It's Chili Dog. Sold it for $9 on Facebook. This is a Build-A-Bear outfit. I bought a whole lot of them at some point and separated out the sports sets best that I could figure out. And I did sell this for $8. These were some gelatin molds. These might have came from my online estate sale. I don't remember. There were two that were duplicate, and I contemplated separating these out, but they weren't worth a whole lot. So I ended up selling these on Facebook for $5. They were little, you know, like 5 and 6 inches, little jello molds. This is Douglas. It's a Dachshund dog plush. Like I always say, I like to pick up different breed of dogs that, you know, are plush. Did sell this one for $8. I love Douglas. It's very good quality plush. This, I probably bought a box lot of something, and this was in it. Thought it was adorable. These little Christmas birds. Probably Homco or whatever, but I couldn't find a symbol. And I did sell it for $6 on Facebook. I'm trying to get all my Christmas stuff on Facebook right now. This is a puzzle. It was sealed, and put it on Facebook and sold it almost immediately for $8. This, I have 3 of these, and they've been listed forever. Finally got it over to Facebook, and of course sold for $7. So I need to relist it over there and try to get the other 2 sold. And then this, my favorite. I love Sesame Street. This is a baby animal, and I sold him for $10. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I've got another haul video I want to do. It's just kind of picked up a few things here. I forgot something out of the last haul. So it's just kind of a hodgepodge of everything. I didn't even get to source this weekend. So pretty soon I'm going to start taking you guys out on little adventures, possibly to the bins, to find stuff to share with you.